Hello and welcome to Cinema Therapy. I'm Jonathan Decker, licensed therapist.
That scene must have taken a long time to crow.
And today we're going to be talking about Zuko, a little bit of villain therapy. So we generally don't do TV shows. We especially don't do TV shows this long. That are 60 episodes.
I guess you could say I'm a little salty.
I pulled all the notes and the comments and everything. This is our most requested episode, I'll tell you that.
Watch it, damn it.
This is on you.
We're going to be looking at the effects of trauma, and specifically in Zuko's case, abuse and rejection.
By his father and sister?
Yes, from his father and his sister. And recognizing that being traumatized doesn't make you a villain. Your choices make you a villain.
Yes.
And Zuko inherited his choice patterns from his culture and from his family. And the key thing is, in order for it to change, he couldn't wait for them to change it.
Well, this should be like villain asterisk.
Yeah.
Right? Because
Yeah.
it starts
Hell yeah.
very much villain, but by the end, you know,
Please, Father! I only had the fire to that's hard. I'm sorry I spoke out of turn! Fight for your father. No disrespect.
So,
I'm your loyal son.
fight me, the Fire Joker.
Fight with Zuko.
Yeah, Mark Hamill.
Luke, the Fire Joker.
what is this?
Without respect and suffer.
How he trembled.
Your teacher.
First time we see Azula in the entire show. Right there.
Uncle Iroh telling the story.
I always thought that Prince Zuko was in a training accident. It was no accident. After the duel, the Fire Lord said that by refusing to fight, Zuko had shown shameful weakness. As punishment,
An
he
instant
was
exceed?
banished
Whoa.
and sent to capture the Avatar. Only then could he return with his honor. So that's why he's so obsessed. Capturing the Avatar is the only chance he has of things
Yeah,
returning.
didn't have any material, which is the
Things will
problem.
never return to normal.
But now it does. Look at that.
The Avatar gives Zuko hope.
Something I love about this scene psychologically context is this is the crew of the ship. Zuko is a petulant teenage rat captain.
Yeah.
None of them can stand him. They all respect Iroh. And Iroh's giving them a little context for
I
why
think I should
Zuko's
just...
the way he is.
The moment, at any point, if they have more than 8,000, if they can deal more than 8,000
You're going
LP,
to read somebody.
I'm just gonna fucking hit surrender. There's no point in letting this guy
They
perform their combo.
right? And it's just ugly conflict, which is what was starting to happen between the crew and Zuko. Zuko is the way he is because as a 13-year-old
Okay then.
his father
They can't.
and assaulted him in front of a crowd.
But let's see what we've got to deal with here.
Psychologically damaged him. I mean, and that's just the big thing. Sure, much less all the what I call micro traumas.
Alright, there's gonna be another XCs. I expected this on main phase too.
DSM-5
Abyss Dweller. Well, fuck.
Assault, abuse, violence, near-death experience, something huge and horrific and terrifying.
No graveyard
A lot of things
effects.
we endure every day pile up to become traumatic. Have you seen our Cinema Therapy website we launched earlier this year?
It was so easy to build and customize our site using Squarespace.
Squarespace has so many templates to choose from with a wide variety of styles and formats.
So once we found a template that worked really well to get started for us, we added our own colors, fonts, and personal touches to make it our own brand and style.
Like the very strong branding for the Four Nations. I mean, all that red, so Fire Nation.
So, Fire Nation. Fluid Engine, the design system from Squarespace, not the waterbending system, makes it easy to customize all of their templates.
All of Squarespace's resources like pre-built layouts, transfer domains, customizable templates, and the Squarespace Help Center make it quick and simple to build a website.
So whether you need to build a website for your new tea shop,
Or your vacation resort on Ember Island.
or your Revenge to Redemption coaching course,
Squarespace has a template that will work for you, and you won't have to spend months building a website.
we're learning how to...
I hate this.
They have built-in tools like video blocks and extensions for lots of platforms.
So our website can be
I swear it's Master Duel's algorithm that's broken here.
Events, our merchant popcorn store.
I have never bricked so hard in my entire life.
blogging or email campaign tools to engage your audience.
So check out squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/.
Cinema Therapy.
to save 10% off your first purchase.
May as well show the opponent just how hard I fucking bricked. With
The part
megalithes.
about being born over 100 years ago is I miss all the friends I used to hang out with. But what
Oh my god, just kill
I
me.
always visit my friend Kuzan. The two of us, we get in so much trouble together. He was one of the best friends I ever had. And he was from the Fire Nation, just like you. If we knew each other back then, do you think we could have been friends too?
And that little eyebrow raise gives you the hint of there's a little bit more going on there than just.
Well, but here's Zuko. What has he not had? Actual friends.
It got a live twin thingy, but they're using
What he had
spring
was
ins.
mom. Now,
What is this guy? What is this guy's personality?
And he's got a sister. Awful.
There you go, thank you.
Yeah. Called her a wiener.
Yes.
And then his father, who, despite being voiced by Mark Hamill, is a terrible person.
Honestly, pure spring ants on their own doesn't seem all that powerful.
He's such a
I lost, but I fucking brick, so that doesn't count.
Zuko scene,
And
Okay.
then you get a little bit about why he is, and you feel kind of like the crew, like what's with this kid?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, that's what's with this kid. Yeah, and then you start to see someone who is hurting and lonely and isolated himself. And the
Watch me deal with a genuine or unbreakable board this time.
show produced for Nickelodeon.
While I draw nuts.
Your heart beats for him.
Yep.
When I was growing up, Nickelodeon produced game shows.
Alright, this is nuts.
To be fair, it would have been fun to see Zuko get
It's a control deck, oh god.
Not that you would understand. You're like my sister. Everything always kills
Oh.
her.
No, it's not. It's fucking Blue Eyes. Why do you have both Chaos and Chaos Max?
He says I was lucky to be born.
Ouch.
I don't need luck though. I don't want it. I've always had to struggle and fight, and that's made me strong. It's made me who I am.
Oh boy, I don't like where this is going. Why would you choose the normal Chaos? No one plays normal Chaos.
An episode all about Aang. We have a Patreon exclusive episode, a full-length episode where we talk all about Aang and his journey from being a great kid to
World-saving prodigy.
the Avatar.
Alright, never mind, they do have Chaos Max.
Everywhere.
They just wanted Chaos as well.
Everywhere. And that's the thing, and that's why it's so
Okay, I have experience with this matchup in fucking
as the show progresses.
Dual Nexus AI.
He sees the world as broken.
I have Forbidden Droplet, and what
I love
is
the
this?
whole field.
Can I join you? I know what you've been through. You've all been through it.
That was very Ghibli.
The Fire Nation has hurt you. It's okay. They've hurt me too.
Is this the first time he's ever considered the perspective of people outside the Fire Nation, or is this the first time he's learning that, maybe Fire Nation troops aren't all, they're not all cuddly teddy bears, and sometimes they light people on fire?
Well, he knows they're not cuddly teddy bears who light people on fire. What he didn't know is that their cause was unjust.
Yeah.
There's something called Cromwell's Rule, which says, I beseech you, consider that you might be mistaken. And people who never consider that stay locked into harmful patterns.
Yeah.
And this, with the young woman on the farm, is the first time that he's actually considering, we might be the bad guys here. Right?
Am I the villain? I don't think I'm the villain.
That's the biggest paradigm shift here, is
Why did I choose attack position? I'm an idiot.
that you othered. And
Actually, I should be choosing attack position for all of everyone, because if I fuck up my shit,
Don't think of them as separate, because they're not. They're just two different parts of the same whole.
Huh, Zuko, I wonder how that would have fucked you.
I think you'd really like my brother Sensu. He used to show me stuff like this all the time.
the show does snaggletooth kids better than any show.
There's so many moments of setting things up that are going to pay off later. Zuko talking about, two halves of a whole, don't think of them as two separate things. That's his whole journey, is figuring out how to unite his two warring halves, right?
Yeah.
The Roku and the Sozin.
Yeah.
In order to become a better person.
His two grandparents.
Yep.
His two granddads, yeah.
And he takes a shot to the head and goes back.
His sister did perfect.
No, I loved watching you. That's who you are, Zuko. Someone who keeps fighting even though it's hard.
I'll be honest, the first time I watched this, I started crying uncontrollably. I'm like, what is happening? I'm like, oh, this was my childhood experience being bullied and being shown compassion by my mother. He says I failed, and why does he say that? Because that's exactly what his dad and his grandpa are saying about him. This is when we talk about in therapy, a reframe, right? The exact same circumstances, you tried firebending and it didn't go so hot. But instead of you're a failure, you're somebody who keeps fighting even when it's hard. And that's an accurate statement. It's not
changing the facts.
And it's not saying something sugary sweet that's not real to make him feel better. And that's what good therapy is. And I tell people, they say, well, you have to say that, you're my therapist. And I'm like, no, I don't. I'm saying something that is true, that you're not seeing.
Trying to learn how
Why
to...
can't I do it? That lightning, it keeps exploding in my face! Like everything always does!
Oh, man.
I was afraid this might happen. You will not be able to master lightning until you have dealt with the turmoil inside you.
What turmoil?
Let all your feelings of shame, when you anger to go away.
But I don't feel any shame at all. I'm as proud as ever.
Prince Zuko, pride is not the opposite of shame, but its source. True humility is the only antidote to shame.
Well, my life has been nothing but humbling lately.
He says my life's been nothing but humbling lately. Yes, but that doesn't mean you're learning the lesson.
You're not becoming humble. Getting humiliated. That's different.
Yes, and I think life has a way of repeating things until we learn the lesson.
Uh-huh.
And he's refusing to learn the lesson, and that's the pride. That's the stubbornness. When you talk about pride being the source of shame, it comes down to ego. Because ego is the counterfeit of confidence, but it's not the same thing. If I have ego, and I feel like that ego's been damaged, I'm ashamed, and I must restore that. And usually I have to fight somebody verbally or physically to restore my dominance, right? Because my ego has to be restored. And that is pride.
And now for the coup de grace.
How to actually get rid of shame? It's looking at, okay, this was hurtful to me. If it was said, is it true? If it's true, can I learn and grow from it? That's humility.
Right.
And if it's not true, then it's a reflection of this person's prejudices or what they're projecting or what they're angry about. And I'm going to let that be their thing, and I'm going to let go of it. Either way, it's humility, and the shame is gone.
Should we do an episode about Iroh? Maybe Jono versus Iroh, see who can out-therapy the other one?
I'm going to get my ass kicked.
You are going to get your ass kicked. I'm so excited.
You're clearly outnumbered, but you are clearly outmatched.
What's going to restore his honor is him becoming honorable in and of himself, which is humility.
Everything you could at me! But I can take it! And then just give it back!
Pride.
Come on! Strike me! Never held back!
Why do you think he wants to be struck now?
He wants to prove that he can do it, right? He wants to prove that he can channel the lightning. He wants to prove that he can be strong. He wants to prove that he can regain his honor, do something that would impress Fire Lord Ozai. It's still not yet out of the right motivations.
And if he can't do it, then he deserves to be punished.
Right.
There is not a lot of self-love or self-compassion. There is, at its core, there's self-loathing, which is where the pride comes in, because pride is a mask for self-loathing. If you truly love yourself, self-love and humility go together.
Yeah.
Self-love says, like Ted
That
Lasso,
didn't feel very satisfying.
self-love says, I can handle whatever it is, because I want to be better. Whereas self-loathing says I either need to prove myself or I deserve to suffer.
First, I have to get it out of here.
And then
Love is such a love is such a terrible thing.
through.
Beautiful.
What happened when you captured the Avatar at the North Pole? You had him, and then you had nowhere to go.
I would have figured something out.
No. If his friends hadn't found you, you would have frozen to death.
I know my own destiny, Uncle.
Is it your own destiny, or is it a destiny someone else has tried to force on you?
Stop it, Uncle. I have to do this.
Getting a principle. It's time for you to look inward and begin asking yourself the big question. Who are you? And what do you want? Ah!
Korean. With frogs.
I'm now saying forcefully, saying softly for a long time.
Yes.
And you consider the scene in isolation, it seems like the tone might be harsh. Like the message is all fine. Tone feels like it could be harsh until you consider
We've had 35 episodes leading up to this, basically. Yeah.
of Iroh trying to get through to him, and now he's trying this, and it's all out of love. And I love the idea of, I know my destiny. Do you? Or is it a destiny that someone else has placed on you? When you come from a home of abuse or neglect or rejection, you're often taught conditional love. If you meet these standards, like Azula, then you'll be accepted and you'll be loved. And if not, then you're a disappointment. And we carry that within us and accept it as reality. And two things happen. Well, three things happen. One, we grow up and we don't question it. Two, we grow up and we question it and we logically challenge it, but emotionally we still believe in it. Or three, we do the really hard work of saying, no, that was wrong and messed up. And who I am
Yeah, there it
is
is.
already worthy. And I need to let all of that go.
Let's keep this short then.
The mark of the banished prince, cursed to chase the Avatar forever. But lately, I've realized I'm free to determine my own destiny, even if I'll never be free of my mark.
Maybe you could be free of it.
What?
I have healing abilities.
It's a scar. It can't be.
Katara comes around real quick. Always about that hope.
The spirit oasis at the North Pole. It has special properties, so I've been saving it for something important.
And sometimes that bites you. Yeah, like it's gonna bite her in a second. The sad thing about this is he's not deceiving her. Everything he's saying to her is real and true. And he's trying to change.
Yeah.
And then the moment he sees Aang, he's like, honor? Glory? Restoration?
This is what I love about Zuko and his journey, is he doesn't make a decision and then says, now I'm good. I'm good now.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do good. Like, that's not how people is.
No. And when he starts to
Fuck
change,
it, let's give him a few
takes
more cards.
Major step backwards, it eats at him.
Yeah.
It's a metamorphosis, like Iroh said. He's transitioning into somebody who can stand on his own and not.
I can draw 2 cards with triple tactics.
And yet, the exact moment that he has that opportunity, he seizes it.
So now we're gonna be square.
I am begging you. Look into your heart and see what it is that you truly want.
You are free to choose.
The two sides.
Whoa.
Nah.
And a little dolly zoom action. So choose. Not well.
Almost dead.
Kinda.
Well, and this is now the second time he could have been bros with Aang.
Yep.
And this is really hard. If you're a person like Zuko who kept hurting people, and then now you want to make it right, it's going to be really hard. They're not going to want to let you in. And sometimes they ultimately do, and sometimes they don't, and accepting that you burned that bridge and you're going to do better next time is part of your growth process. But you don't need to hold on to the guilt or the pain of it. Use guilt to change, and then let it go.
You brought this on yourself, you know. We could have returned together. You could have been a hero. You have no right to judge me, Uncle. I did what I had to do in Ba Sing Se, and you're a fool for not joining me. You're not going to say anything?
You're crazy, old man. You're crazy. And if you weren't in jail, you'd be sleeping in a gutter.
I just want to comment really fast. Zuko is lashing out because he's looking for justification. He's looking for an argument with his uncle that he can win, that he can claim the higher ground.
I have the high ground. You underestimate my power.
Iroh's not giving it to him because Iroh already knows you didn't listen to me before. You're not going to listen to me now. There's no sense in even engaging in this. And because Zuko can't claim any moral high ground, now he just starts resulting to insults.
Nothing proves you correct, like smashing furniture, lighting it on fire, and then shouting "you're crazy" at someone who's sitting quietly.
And this reminds me of one of the greatest, most insightful one-liners I've ever seen.
Reverting to name-calling suggests you are defensive and therefore find my opinion valid.
Can't get enough Zuko. We've got a much longer, ad-free director's cut version of this episode over on our Patreon. Check it out now.
Other stuff too, but mostly Zuko.
I like it when you express yourself.
Don't touch me! I'm still mad at you.
My life hasn't been that easy either, May.
Whatever. That doesn't excuse the way you've been acting.
Calm down, you guys. This much negative energy is bad for your skin. You'll totally break out.
Bad skin? Normal teenagers worry about bad skin. I don't have that luxury. My father decided to teach me a permanent lesson on my face.
Sorry, Zuko.
For so long I thought that if my dad accepted me, I'd be happy. I'm back home now. My dad talks to me. He even thinks I'm a hero. Everything should be perfect, right? I should be happy now. But I'm not. I'm angrier than ever and I don't know why.
Woo, look at all those cards I gave him. Fucking screwed.
No one. I'm just angry.
Yeah. Who are you angry at, Zuko?
Everyone. I don't know.
Dad?
No.
Her uncle?
No.
Then who? Who are you angry at? Answer the question, Zuko.
Talk to us.
Come on. Answer the question on. Answer it.
Because I'm confused. Because I'm not sure I know the difference between right and wrong anymore.
Little beach group therapy sesh. Pushy much? My goodness. Answer us. Answer the questions.
Yeah.
I do love that he's home and his father talks to him and sees him as a hero. And I think part of what he's angry at is that's what he always wanted and it didn't fulfill him.
Yeah. Well, and that's where the I don't know what's right and wrong anymore comes in, right? Because he did the right thing. Wrong about it?
Well, and as usual, Iroh is correct. Look inward and ask yourself what you believe and who you want to be. The issue
Oh, my bad.
is that he's been letting other people tell him what to believe and tell him who to be.
They chose spell cards. I'm a fucking idiot.
And there's not fulfillment in that because he says, I was trying to get my dad's approval and he thought it would make him happy. And literally the only thing that will bring you happiness is being at peace with yourself. And that's what Iroh's discovered, which is why all he needs is some nice tea and a place to relax.
A place to play Paisho.
Yeah.
That's all he needs.
You sent this, didn't you? I found the secret history, which, by the way, should be renamed the history most people already know. The note said that I needed to know about my great-grandfather's death, but he was still alive in the end.
No, he wasn't.
What are you talking about?
You have more than one great-grandfather, Prince Zuko. Chosen was your father's grandfather. Your mother's grandfather was Avatar Roku.
Why are you telling me this?
Because understanding the struggle between your two great-grandfathers can help you better understand the battle within yourself.
Oh my god, they're gonna draw more cards.
Evil and good are
Well,
always
fuck.
born inside you, Zuko. It is your nature, legacy. But there is a bright side. What happened generations ago can be resolved now by you. Because of your legacy, you alone can cleanse the sins
This isn't gonna do much.
and the Fire Nation. Born in, along with all the strife, is the power to restore balance.
I am still mega
A
screwed.
intergenerational trauma is exactly that,
Yes.
right? What happens in one generation gets passed down, and the negative patterns, and the abuse, and the neglect, and the rejection just goes down and down
Mikanko.
until one person has the insight of seeing what's going on and deliberately decides to change it, right? To break the chain. And this illustrates that so beautifully. It is.
Yeah, I'm fucking dead.
Just better.
It's one of the best versions of this story, or that story that I've ever seen put on screen. It's amazing.
So, how did it go?
What?
The meeting. Everyone
Oh.
welcomed me. My father had saved me a seat. He wanted me next to him. I was literally at his right hand.
Zuko, that's wonderful. You must be happy.
During the meeting, I was the perfect prince. The son my father wanted. But I wasn't me.
Bowser.
That scene is where he
Okay.
makes the choice.
Yeah.
That changes everything. That's the end of his decision-making journey.
Yeah.
After that, it's just like, okay, how do I actually execute on being good?
Hello? Zuko here.
Yeah, which is hilarious and brilliant. Why am I so bad at being good? It's amazing.
But true to his mother, who saw him from the beginning, he's someone who keeps fighting even when it's hard, and that includes his own growth and his own change and his own progress.
Yep.
And that's the thing. He's like the Rocky Balboa of personal growth.
Totally is.
Because if you think of Rocky Balboa, he's not that good at boxing, but his thing is he just keeps getting up
Yeah.
until he gets the job done. And that's what Zuko does. Like, I will be a good person, damn it.
Stop me, it's gonna happen.
And I love that about him, right? Whoever you want to be, it's easy to get discouraged. It's easy to hang your head and say, I'm so bad at being good. The question to ask yourself is, one, are you bad at being good, or are you bad at being somebody else's definition of good?
Right.
Because Zuko was both.
At different times, both things.
But the difference is, when he was bad at actually being good according to his inner compass, he didn't hate himself for it.
No, he's just trying.
Yeah, he got frustrated and stuff, but he kept going because that was fulfilling. When he sucked at being good according to someone else's definition, he was pursuing something that he didn't really want anyways. He was convincing himself that he wanted it because what he really wanted was approval. And I believe this to my very core. Being who you are and then finding your people that's it. And the Fire Nation wasn't Zuko's people. He's Team Avatar.
Yes.
It just took him a while to see it. So until next time, what inner turmoil? That's rough, buddy. And watch TV shows. Yeah,
Anime? Anime from Burbank.
okay, let's do that together. Watch anime
From Burbank.
I realized the stupidity of my actions.
People like
Jody Galvano,
MJ Torn or Get Torn.
Stephanie,
Perhaps a little too
and
late.
Lily. They're sisters.
I hope so.
Why am I so bad at reading copy?
All that's left is to activate Bethor at just the right time. And hope the opponent doesn't have anything. Raid Raptors. Can they XC summon this way? Alright, now they can special. And they scooped. Fantastic. Whatever. I won't be satisfied either way. I'm just gonna go play more Blue Reflection now.